Hi, I'm Lisa Berry, and I am the minister of New Ark Ministries. We're here to serve the animals in particular, but I've found over the course of time that the people are unaware of some of the things I'm referring to. So uneducated people with animals that need to be educated makes for a difficult time. And I want to start with thanking God for, I'm looking at the dogs here sleeping. That's good, just like church. I want to thank the animals for being patient from the beginning of time with people and how long it's taken us to get the message. And I want to thank God above all that and what He has to say, what He has to offer, what He's given up. And, jump right to the purpose of today's service. And it's all about choices. So there's a lot of different ways we can go about this, but it is about the Bible. And the one thing that the Bible does say that God offers is a choice between life and death. And He puts it before us and recommends life. He's always giving us what's going on and what He recommends, and then it's our choice. That's what comes down to free will. So everything we do, we have a choice in what we do. The animals do not have a choice. That's the good news and the bad news. If the people are not educated, then the animals can't really follow very well. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. And so as we go about making our choices, the better educated we are about God's Word, the better the animals are going to have in their days. I have found personally, and one of the reasons the ministry started according to me, is that the animals are taking on our woes. It is not their job. That's what Jesus was for. Jesus is doing a good job, and I don't think the animals or the people should be slapping the face of God and saying that He's done a bad job. So the more we learn about what He has done and what we don't need to do, the better our lives are going to be. So in our choices, I think if people think about as they go about their days and nights and the choices they're making and the ramifications of their choices, as we grow older, at least we learn something. But when we're little, we are learning from those around us. It is the same is true for the animals. And so I came to a point where I just, in my own way, did not trust people. You know, God does say that we can trust His people because He's working through His people. But when you're growing up, the choices I've found over the course of time is that people will make one of three choices in their lives as they're growing up and looking at things around them. If you watch for yourselves, you may agree that you will find children gravitating as they grow older to drugs and alcohol. This is the human aspect of it and our choices, and or closeness of impropriety with others, male or female, doesn't matter. Sexuality, wanting to have intimacy before the time is even right. And they're looking for love, they're looking to belong, and they're looking around and looking at the people and say, I want to belong to that group. What possesses these children or any person to want to belong to a group that looks like they're stumbling around and bumping into walls is in fact beyond my comprehension. The other is the sexuality thing, knowing that it makes babies, and I did not want to make human babies and put them through the journey that I have been enduring, is how I used to put it, was not going to be happening with me. So the other and third choice, and only other choice, according to me, is to gravitate towards animals. It was the wisest thing. You're not going to make babies with them. They're not going to cause you to stumble and fall. In fact, they're going to educate you. They're going to teach you how to love and get close. They're going to give you a way to give an outlet to caring and belonging. It is one of the only ways that I know of is that you can actually try to separate yourself from humanity. And that, for me, was a beautiful thing. Sad, but true. The good news is that as I listened and watched the animals, the more I learned. The more I learned, the more I found when I was guided to look into the Bible that God has said the exact same thing, that He will provide. You know, in conversations and the choices we make, we talk about the political arena, what's going on in the world today, you know, is directly related to an incident in Connecticut and the massacre that happened there that was not only unfortunate but unbelievable, hard to comprehend. But it's been going around for days. What's the difference if you're massacred in numbers or one at a time every day through the streets and never recognized? You know, the guns, according to the world, is the problem. I'm not going to speak to that. What I am going to speak to is the animals and what they've done. The animals have been on the planet from the beginning of time, and never once has an animal owned a gun. Never looked for a gun, never needed a gun, They worked out their problems and what they needed from their community